Hello and welcome to day 7 of the Growth Hacker Hangathon. And if you see me laughing and you don't know why, you really want to get your butts into the Hangout when we open it. It's not open right now, so if you click on the Join the Hangout link, you can join us. But get ready to see when you can join us because we're having so much fun in here. And I got to tell you, honestly, this 7 days that I have spent with these guys have changed the way I look at business, think about business, do business, and go about, my entire positioning online. So if you don't get in here and pick this guy's brain today or join the program, you're just missing out. So who am I talking about? The amazing Chris Bishop. Chris Bishop, I keep saying that. Chris Duncan and Bishop Stewart. Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
I've done Periscope today because Bishop challenged me for that, to do Periscope, and I said, I'm hanging out with Chris Bishop. And I'm like, huh? So, I am, you're expecting me. So today we are talking about leads, how to get leads for free, how to get attention for free from social media. But before we got there, Chris, you had such a great rant today on Periscope, and this is something that I think holds a lot of people back. They're like, stop them before they even get started. And it's about having all your technology in place before you even start selling your product. So you want to jump into that a little bit, and then we'll get to the leads?
Yeah, totally.
You like him?
Of course, it was a good rant. And hi everybody, and all the replay viewers. Thank you so much for your comments, messages, for finding us, and being here as well. We love you. We know that the time zones are different for everybody. So we thank you so much for being part of it. We appreciate you as much as everyone else. So I had a little bit of a rant on my Periscope, and it was basically why you don't need a website to make sales. And the problem is that I think in today's society there's so many things we can do, right? And Bishop and I, we always talk about funnels and Facebook and Periscope and webinars and all these things, but a lot of the times I just want to say this to somebody: find people that have the problem that you solve and get your product that solves that problem and ask them to buy it. Every single one of my businesses start with money in the bank. In fact, the company that Bishop and I have just started recently has started with money in the bank, and that is the key. You don't want to go and spend all this time creating all these websites and getting ready to go fishing before you actually know how to actually catch the fish. And so that's the biggest thing, right? Go tech later. Get your websites done later. And the biggest message is, if you can't get it working offline, it's not going to work online. So what I normally do, and in our 10 days to 10K launch, we literally just show you how to just use what you've already got, your own network. And by the way, your network already knows that you're great. Your network already loves you. They already have trust with you, so that you've already gone through the first stages. And so if you tell them that you've got something that will solve a problem that they have, and that's critical, they must have a problem that you can solve. There is no point going and being pushy if they don't have a problem. And we talked about this 2 days ago with Mark and that sort of stuff, so I won't go over it again. But that was my my big message. And so yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the other thing that changed the way that I look about business and about how going about business is our buddy here, the amazing Bishop, who got me to stop excusing, stop giving excuses, and start doing. And Bishop, you're totally like, I'm totally fine telling everybody how you slapped me last night after our hangout and got me into shape. And I think the biggest call was, like, are you committed, or are you still playing entrepreneur? And this is so important for those who are watching us right now, because these are the last 3 days to help you, get committed and get results. So let's talk about that a little bit before we dive also for social media, commitment, taking action, and actually making a difference in your life.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's a big difference from being, wearing a jersey and being a part of the team. You know what I mean? A lot of people are playing entrepreneur, and they're not actually out there being entrepreneurs. And it also goes hand in hand with what Chris is talking about. Everyone's worried about how many followers they have and all these different things going on. And I say, well, how much money have you made? Well, I haven't made any money. Well, then you're not an entrepreneur. You know, like Donald Trump says, every business is in business to make money, to make a profit, so you can add more value and build your business and scale up and provide more value in the marketplace. If you're not making money and selling products and services, you're not in business. You're playing entrepreneur, and the problem that happens oftentimes is that people get so caught up in a million webinars and watching different people and commenting that they never get into the game. They sit on the sidelines and then they critique real entrepreneurs. You know, that's what they do. It's just, think about fans at a football game or a basketball game. You know, they yell and, oh, you should have done this, and oh, you should have, but they're not in the game. And why? Because they don't want to take the risk. The ones that are on the field, they risk getting hurt, they risk getting embarrassed, they risk failure, they risk injuries. That's the same thing as being an entrepreneur. You take risk, you know, but you take calculated risk. And so our talk was really about, you know, stop making excuses. You know, I hear people make a million, that's why she's laughing. I hear people make a million excuses on why they haven't gone out there and made money and started their business. Oh, well, you know, the website's not done yet, or, well, the product's not complete. Chris and I have shown you guys a million ways you can generate income right now without having your product done. It's just a fact. So get out of this mentality and stop making excuses for yourself. Get out of your own way and become a real entrepreneur. And that's what this whole growth hack is, because you know, sometimes people will say, oh, I posted a million times on Facebook, or you're not in all the platforms on social media. And I'm like, well, because I'm busy. I'm building real businesses. I have real companies and board members, and we're out there really making money. We're in the game. We don't have time to go to the pep rally. You know what I mean? We're actually on the field and in the game, and we're scaling, and we're working on what's coming up for next year. Like real entrepreneurs right now, like Chris and I, we're working very hard right now for what's going to happen and what we're going to create in 2016. A lot of people right now are still just, okay, what's going to happen today in October? We're done with all that. We're already in 2016 working on building seven-figure businesses in 2016 and working on our strategies there. That's how entrepreneurs work. So that's really what it was about yesterday, is to stop all the excuses, because all of them are excuses. If you don't go out this week and make money this week, whatever your goal is, say you want to make an extra $2,000 this month. Write down your strategies. Figure out, you know, 100 ways you can create value for other people, $2,000 worth of value, and go out there and get it. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. I've done it. Chris has done it. It's that simple. So go out there and crush it. You can absolutely do it.
I love that. I just wanted to add. I'm getting some bad feedback. I just wanted to add a couple things, and I always love whatever Bishop says. It's just so on point. But the one thing I always want to share is you can have excuses or you can have success, but you can't have both. And I wanted to share, you know, some of the top entrepreneurs of all time and how they started their business, because a lot of us don't think like them. Let's think of the first one. Let's think of Bill Gates. Did Bill Gates go and create everything first, then make the sale? Absolutely not. He went and got the contract and then went and built the operating software. What about Steve Jobs? He went and sold all the hard drive or whatever it is, the boards for the computers. He went and sold them. Then did you see the movie? He had to go like figure it all out and make them all. And then Richard Branson. So the top three, like, you know, maybe Elon Musk gets in there, but the top three of the last 50 years. He sold advertising space into a student magazine, and the magazine didn't even exist yet. And so the biggest thing that I see is everyone goes and builds all these products and these websites, and they need to just follow our 10 days to 10K without anything that you'll start. Those of you who start in the program straight away, the first 10 days, we're going to show you exactly how to get straight into cash, because that's what we do. And that's what you're going to want to do. And that's what we showed Clark the other day. And so I'm excited to get into today. Good little segue there, Yifat, but we've lost 10 minutes already.
Oh, no, yeah, but one last thing, and then we're going to go into it. And this is really important. This is what Yifat and I talked about, too, is that the other excuse that people come up with is the money excuse and the time excuse, you know, because I always tell people what you do with $1 is what you're going to do with $1 million. How you do anything is how you do everything. And so when people say, you know, I don't have enough money for investments, I don't have enough money to start my, she's laughing, enough money to start my products and services, etc. Yeah, you do. You're just not being really focused on what you're doing with your money and what you're doing with your time. Because you can cut back on how many times you go out to eat. You can cut back on gas. You can do whatever it takes to be successful. So the question really comes down to is how bad do you really want it? It's that simple. I will stay up and sleep 2 hours a night if I have to reach a goal. That's what I do, and that's what real entrepreneurs do. And so we're ready to crush it with you guys and really get into today's content.
So the reason why I segmented is because we're going to give you so much content today, but it's the action takers. If you didn't get that in the 10 minutes, it's the action takers. And if you want to take action right now, that's the link right there. Take action right now. So if, you know, like myself, you're sitting on the sidelines and, you know, coming up with all the ways and the reason why you can do it. I don't have leads. I don't know what it is. I don't have a website. You know, I need to wait for my partner. It's not Valentine yet. All those excuses, right? If you need that pep talk, you're going to get that for 6 months with these guys. 6 months, where in the first, if you just started today, this month, with the 10 days to $10,000, it already covered everything that you spent on the program and some. So before further ado, let's show people how to get leads from social media. Oh, but before that, remember, we have that perfect bonus gift that we were promising you yesterday. Chris, you want to tell them who won? Wait. Who won there?
So Michelle Williams, congratulations. You won. It was such a great comment, and we want to help you find your niche, get targeted, get clear. So they'll be sending across to you within the next 24 hours. So Michelle, congratulations. Thanks for playing full out. Periscope people, get over here on this if you can.
And then Miranda is commenting and saying, I'm so glad you said you don't need a website to make money. There are some very traditional minds out there that still think that that's the only way. And welcome Steve from London, and Charlene is here and saying, this is so great, I need that stuff because I'm a newbie and I don't know how to get my leads. So let's dive into how you get leads from social media. Oh, by the way, I know we keep saying that, download the worksheet, because Chris and Bishop are going to go through it step by step, and let me just show you where the worksheet is. Right here on the site where you're watching us right now, you see there are resources. Click on worksheet, like that. It's going to open this and fill it up as we go along. Let's get started.
All right, cool. So I think what we'll do is I'll just go through the stuff on the worksheet. And then once we've got all of that covered, then Bishop can kind of round it off with a ton of other stuff, just so it's nice and crisp and clear today, so everyone knows exactly what it is that they're doing. And so, guys, I know that today we said, you know, about social media and getting leads. The thing that I want to say to everyone is you can either sell to someone or you can sell through somebody. Does that make sense? So either you're going to go out there, and I want you to know this, write this down, it takes just as long to make a $97 sale as it does to make a $1,000 sale, $10,000 sale, or to find a partner or a person who has 10,000 of your ideal clients on their list. It takes the same to do all of those. But let me ask you this, would you rather spend your time finding a $47 sale, a $1,000 sale, a $10,000 sale, or a person who has 10,000 people on their list and create a partnership with them? And I tell you what, yeah. But here's the thing: is everyone goes and they spend all of their time, right, building up this huge following and getting everything done, and it takes a lot of time on Facebook or Instagram or all these different places. I want you to know right now, the quickest way for you to win, okay, the quickest way for you to win is, instead of trying to build it all up yourself, go find somebody who's already got it. Go find somebody who's already got it. This is the quickest, and that is going to be what we want to focus on today. Now, in the program, we're going to cover all the other different types of how to get your traffic for free. Today, we want to give you something really quick and to the point. Now, one person's going to win the Profit from Partnerships training today. And so if that's you, type in me if you want to get, and what you're going to get in that is the exact templates that I use to be able to build partnerships really fast, okay? Now you'll see on the worksheet, it says this: you must know before you know, okay? Now over here on Periscope, you've got to be inside the Hangout to actually win some of these things, so get over there, all right? It's on my Twitter, the link. You must know who you're targeting before you know where to go. Okay, you must know who before you know where. Now, Bishop and I in the longer course, okay, so those of you who are going to join us for 3 and 6 months with the extra 3-month training, we show you 4 different ways to be able to get leads into your business. And you can see at the top we've got partners, okay? So partners is the fastest and easiest way. Everyone should start with partners. Then we've got paid, okay? Now paid traffic, only go into paid traffic once you've tested it. So once you actually know that your sales funnels work and you know how much money you're going to make. Otherwise, you're just out there just throwing money around. The next way we show you is organically, okay? Organically means that you're building a social media presence. We're going to go through all of that. And then the last way is your list, okay? Your email list, your database, your phone list, your numbers you've got. So those are the 4 big ways. And today we're going to talk about partners. So partnerships are the easiest, partnerships are the quickest, partnerships will give you the most traction, but if you do it wrong, you're going to just screw up your partnerships, okay? So here's what I need you to write down. The best partners for you are, the best partners are people that have your target avatar, have your target market, but are non-competitive. So say you're a business coach, well maybe people who teach marketing. Say you're a marketing coach, maybe someone else who teaches sales. Say you're in the property industry, maybe somebody who helps them with investments or their banker. You've got to be non-competitive. The best partners are non-competitive. Does that make sense? But they still have the same person with the same problem. So the best partners for you are people that have the same. And I want you to start thinking about it. If you're in the health industry, do you know how many partners you can have? Like let's say you're a personal trainer, right? You could have spiritual healers, you could have chiropractors, massage therapists, osteopaths, nutritionists, people who teach supplements. There's so many, right? And any one of those, vice versa with the others, okay? And so what you need to start understanding is that if you can create a joint venture where everybody wins, then everybody's going to be better off and it will serve you forever, right? It really, really will. Because look, is the chiropractor can only sell so much chiropractic to that person, and then that person needs something else. And so the chiropractor wants to serve and help this person more. What do? Well, they don't have anything. But if you come along and say, hey, if you give out my nutritional information, well then what I'll do is I'll give you 50% of the sales, right? And you're going to be able to build it quickly. And this is what we do all the time. If you ask me what one thing I would say I'd take a webinar. If you say what actual lead generation strategy could I take, every time I would tell you partners, every time. Because you don't have to spend anything until you make something. It's the quickest, easiest way. You can say yes to it because they win when you win. But it's very important that you've tested and measured before. So there's 2 other quick things that I'm going to talk about off your worksheet, and then I'm going to throw it over to Bishop. And this first one's really important. It's the questions that every partner asks. And so you need to be able to answer these questions so that people will actually partner with you. The first one is, do I like them? Okay, so the first question that a partner is going to ask is, do I actually like them? And so you need to find ways and build relationships with them. If your best friend asked you to email out for you, you'd do it, right? So the first question is do I like them? The second one is, are they going to make me look good? Okay? So I already know that when we got in touch, I know these are the questions you're asking. The first question that you're going to ask is, do I like him? The second one, is he going to make me look good? So they'll go and check out, they'll look at my videos. Is he going to be able to be good on camera? Can he do videos? They would have done that. The next thing, okay, that a partner is going to ask is, will I make money? Okay, and if they can answer, yes, I think I will make money from this, then they're in for it. So write this down, okay? Give huge commissions, okay? Give huge commissions to partners. When you're going to go partner with somebody, don't give them 10% or 20%. Okay, give them 50%, right? You want to serve them forever. Give them half of everything, even though you've got to go fulfill it, put all the time in, everything else. Give them half, okay? Because remember, you get the customer, and you've got to remember your customer's lifetime value, okay? So they're going to be asking, do I like them? Will they make me look good? Will I make money? And then the 4th thing that they ask, okay, the 4th thing that they ask is, will this be easy? So this is why you want to win the templates, because I have all the templates, I have everything ready for you. They ask, will this be easy? And so this is my little thing. Whenever I want to create a partnership with somebody, and it's great to be on these conversations looking at these other 2, these are the 4 questions I know I'm answering every single time. And so I just got to find a way to make sure that those 4 things are answered, whether that's done in a conversation, whether that's done via them seeing some websites or some videos, but those are the 4 things you've got to answer. Okay, and so think to yourself, and we show you how to answer these in total detail, but I just want to give you what it is that you need to do. Now, the last thing that I want to share about how Bishop and I end up creating our partnership together, is you've got to have something called partner bait. And what partner bait is if you know how busy Bishop is, how hard it is to get him on the phone, there'd be no way that I'd be able to build that relationship with him. Okay, but what I did is I had partner bait. Okay, now partner bait is, Yifat really wants to know because she doesn't know what I'm talking about yet. I see her go. Partner bait is this. It is something that you give to your partner that is valuable, okay, that it's valuable to them, so it builds a relationship. Some good examples are a podcast. So here's notice the difference. Hey, can I talk to you about doing a JV? Versus, hey, would you like to be on my podcast? We get 10,000 downloads a month, and I'll interview you. You'll get some exposure. You get them on the podcast, you build a relationship. After the podcast, it's just natural you start talking about business. So what did I do with Bishop is we created a virtual summit. He came on, and I did an interview with everyone before the summit, and me and Bishop were supposed to talk for 10 minutes, and an hour and a half later, we got like business ideas flying. So I want you to have partner bait, which, you know, a hangathon like this is fantastic. You guys should see off camera the amount of rapport and jokes and stuff that's flying between the three of us, because Yifat put together this partner bait. And so now she's got us on the phone, now we're here, and so that was the last thing. I hope that that's been super valuable. It's really only a scratch on the scratch of what I believe is the most important thing. So when I teach partnerships and JVs, I can teach it for a whole 3-day course. It's that important. And so those of you who are sitting there going, you know what, I really need to build partners, it is the simplest and easiest way. We're going to go in detail into partners in step 2, in month 2 of the 3-month course, so that you guys fully understand it. Remember that course, we're going to do 3 months so you get it all, and then we're going to do 3 months of implementation as a bonus. But Bishop, I'm sure there's so many more things to add, Dan, because we could talk about this forever. But I think Yifat wants to just ask a question beforehand.
Yeah, so let's talk about the so first of all, okay, before we get to the question, I want you guys to really pay attention to the state of mind that Chris came from. He came from an abundant mentality, a serving mentality. What can I give to other people that helps them so that they're interested in me? Not like, hey, Bishop, I know you got all these businesses and all that stuff. How can you promote me and how can you sell me? It was like, how can I support Bishop in what he's doing and then get in front of him to support more people? And that mindset is very, very different. It's exactly what you were talking about, Chris, before with the selling and pushing and attracting people, right? It's like, how do I serve? And this is something that Bishop was saying that really, really stuck with me, where it's like your bank account is the reflection of the value you bring to the world. So if you're not putting enough value out there, then people will not want to come and partner with you and support you and promote you and all that stuff. So that mentality is very, very important. And I'll tell you what, it's very, very difficult to get into that mentality if you're not surrounded by people who share that state of mind. And Bishop was telling me yesterday, I think, because I was like, how do you not fall into the trap of, you know, I'm all this and all that? And he said he's very, very cautious about what he let in and who he surrounds himself with. So when you're joining this course, these 6 months, imagine what it will be like to be spending all this time, 6 months, with people with that type of mentality. How far will it take you? Aside from the tactic and all that stuff, just the relationship. So if you are ready to really, you know, up your relationship, up your income, up the value that you bring to the world, I think this is one course that you really don't want to miss. And so I'm going to open it up to people to come in here while Bishop is adding some more value to this hangout.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not going to add much because I really want to get into the questions from people because we've covered a lot of this. And I think, you know, just really bringing people on so we can answer their questions is more important at this point. But the relationship part that Yifat mentioned, you guys, is so important because you are going to be meeting people in there. You're going to have other people going through similar experiences as you that you can talk to and relate to and grow together. And absolutely, you know, in the course, having videos that we're going to take you step by step is great. It compares. It doesn't compare to having us come on live with you guys every single month, multiple times a month for hours at a time. That's where the nuggets are going to be dropped, and that's where the most education is going to happen. So I implore you guys to be a part of this. Now, I can't guarantee that you're going to come in here and make $1 million next week, right? There's no guarantee. I mean, you have to get out of it what you put in it, but I can guarantee you this. If you don't do anything, your business is going to be in the same exact place it is right now this time next year. If you don't take action on stuff, it's just that simple. If you don't start changing your thinking, you're never going to grow to new levels. Every single time I wanted to get to a new level, I brought on new mentors. So if I wanted to make 100 grand, I brought on mentors who were at that level. I get to that level, then I say, hey, if I want to make $500,000, I need to get mentors at that level. They take me there. If I want to make $1 million, then I get mentors that are at 7 figures. When I make 7 figures, okay, I need mentors that are at 8 figures. I can't have a mentor at 7 figures if he's only at $100,000. You see what I mean? So you always want to scale and grow up and get mentors. All the big people in the world, from athletes to actors, Robert De Niro, Brad Pitt, Oprah Winfrey, all these people still have mentors and coaches, every single one of them. And so that tells you that success leaves clues. And this kind of coaching and mentorship is really what's going to make the difference. So change your thinking and change your life. And also the other thing about JVs, which is powerful, is when you do JVs, you also not only make sales right away, but you also build a list of buyers. And that, you guys, is invaluable, because here's what's cool is you have a JV partner, and you come in and you make your money on the front end with that person. And Chris is right. Give them 50% at least. And then on the back end, though, you're still building relationships with these people who've already bought. They have credit cards on file. They've already bought from you. Now you can sell them even bigger packages or additional products and services that you create throughout the year and years to come. That's where the real gold is, you guys, and you didn't spend a dime to do it. And like Chris said, we test, we make sure everything is working, we don't spend money, we make money first, and then we worry about the websites and all this kind of stuff, because I had a good friend of mine yesterday, talked to her for about 2 hours and something, and she was telling me, well, the site's not done. I'm waiting for the designer to get the site finished, and all of these different things I was listening to. And I'm like, well, those are excuses, because they have nothing to do with your company making money right now. So if one area you're waiting on, that shouldn't stop you from making, if your goal is $10,000 this month and your website's not done yet, then figure out other ways, other value to provide to people to make $10,000 that month. Your business should always be growing. It should never stop because of one little area in your business. And so that's what I talked to this amazing person about yesterday for a couple of hours.
So, guys, the link right now below the video is active. You can refresh the page, jump in here, and get exactly the same type of attention that you would get if you join us. Only now you do it for free. So take advantage of this. I mean, it's super valuable. And the other thing that I would like to tell you is the prize that Chris offered today. Chris, what was that you said, hey, I'm going to give you templates and stuff like that because something, and I don't remember if you said what they need to do to get that.
I didn't, and I didn't.
It's totally a surprise. We didn't talk about this, and you kind of like so generously just go like, you know what, this will help people. Let me give it up.
Yeah, it really will. What I've got is I've got a little program. It's called Profit from Partnerships, and so we basically show you how to identify the right partners for you. We then show you basically once you've identified the right partners for you, I give you my scripts and actually how to go out there and find get the conversation with them, and then I show you how to actually handle the conversation with high-level partners so that you answer the 4 questions. And anyway, yeah, I just thought I would just drop it to some people. If they just type in,
what do they have to do in order to get it?
Look, I might just be super generous to you, Fan. If they just put in me, I might just drop it to anyone who types in an M and an E on this live or by the replay, and I'll check it this time tomorrow. And everyone who's done that, look, it's not a huge product, Yifat, but it's super valuable. Like some of these scripts that are in there, all you have to do is just literally press copy and then paste it, and you're gonna have partners on the phone to you. And I really want everyone to get it, because you can sell to somebody or through somebody. And if somebody else has already got know, like, and trust done with their market, they just have to say, this person over here is great, and get you to jump on it. And I'm getting mad feedback. Don't know where that's coming from. And then you basically skip that step. Does that make sense? You skip having to go through the know, like, and trust. because somebody else has already done it for you. So it's by far the fastest way. And everyone out there probably is going to say to me, oh no, but Chris, I want to go and do pay-per-click advertising, or I want to go and learn this, or I'm going to go do this thing, or I'm going to go build up my own Periscope, or I'm going to go build up my YouTube following, or this thing or that. And I'll just say, look, you know, you can go and spend all that time, and you should do that too, right? You should be building up that following. But the fastest way is just to find somebody who's already got that following and create that partnership, right? You know, right away. And that's
and one of the other things too that we're going to talk about in the course is once you start developing that following and you develop your brand, we're also going to show you the flip, the reverse side of JVs, which is you bringing on and doing JV partnerships where you're promoting someone else and making 50%. Now, that part of our business model in my companies, we make a lot of money from JVs. We do JVs every single week in our business, and my assistant, Michelle, schedules all of that kind of stuff. But I'm going to show you how we find these JV partners, and literally all we do is do a simple promotion, and we make 50% of everything that they make. We've done simple promotions where we've done 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and we're getting half of that just by promoting. They do all the work, right, with their product and service and presenting and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to also show you the reverse side, and you can make a really good amount of revenue from the reversal of this. And then the last thing I want to bring up too is once you guys are students of ours, so to speak, in this course, you become family, right? I know for me, everyone, I'm sure Chris is the same, everyone that I work with becomes family. So this means you also get a certain access to our network as well. And so you never know the possibilities too of, you know, if you have something great that we see that we can connect you with someone to help your business, of course we're going to do that. And if your particular product and service is in alignment with one of our followings or list, then there's JV partnerships too where we can actually launch you. Once you get everything in place, we can actually then expose you and get you in front of our audience as well as a JV. So, you know, there's so much value packed into this 6 months, you guys, that it's just going to be amazing to see all the stories come back.
I mean, I wouldn't like notice, I would like you to notice the fact that by being in this program, we're offering you the chance to talk to us every second week, right? And so just think about that. We're already getting to like you. We already know what your product is. We start to find out about it. So just think about, just by being in, you're already doing the first steps of this. And so I just want to ask how much it would be valuable to have one of us to mail out for you with the amount of trust and credibility that we have with people, right? What if we just mentioned to the 300, how many 400, 500 odd people that have registered for this event? What if we just mentioned to them about what you do? You know, what if we just put it on our Facebook? You know, what if we just found the people that we know? I mean, we're now good friends with Clark. I mean, what if you have a product that serves his list and Clark's been, you know? So just think about that as well, okay? Because a lot of times it's about who you know, and sometimes you get an opportunity right in front of you to build a relationship with somebody. And I have to say that the investment in the course is worth worth just that. I mean, honestly, I'd pay that to be in a relationship with Bishop. I know you would. And so,
I'm waiting for Bishop to come to Austin so, you know, we can get in real life. But I want to tell you something that it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Right? So you want Bishop and Chris to know you and talk about you to their list. It doesn't matter that I know Oprah if Oprah doesn't, you know, never heard of me, and, you know, it doesn't matter. Or if Oprah's assistant knows me, then wow, I now have exposure or access to that huge network. So it's who knows you, and how do you get people to know you? Well, you offer value and you get into their circles. And one way of getting into these guys' circles is by joining their family as part of the group that they're helping grow and set to the next level. So the other way, come into the Hangout so we can meet you face to face and actually interact with you. And don't just hide behind avatars, all you people who want the products. So,
yeah, for instance, it's like right now, I can look down and I'm like, oh, there's Charlene. Oh, there's Steve. He's in London. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We're already getting to know them because they're the ones who've been coming on every single day and coming into the Hangout. So they get more of our attention now. If we see them on Facebook do something or post something, we're more likely to engage with them because they're taking action. They're here. They're talking to us. And so you said it so perfectly. It's who knows you, and now we know them. As soon as I see Steve, I'm like, okay, there's Steve. He's sitting there. He's about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's Charlene. So good to see you guys, and Paul. I remember Paul as well. So thank you guys for coming back on.
It's so important. It's kind of like anyway, it's my whole spiel about Google+. But let's talk to the people here in Hangout. Hey Charlene, how are you, Lindy? Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hey. Awesome seeing you.
Yeah, you too. I was thinking, so for me though, it's still going to be about educating people, isn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, say it again.
So it's going to be about educating people to generate leads. How you were saying about the webinars and Periscope and things like that.
Yeah, so there's 4 ways to generate the leads. So today we're talking about partners, but then there's also organic. And under organic, we're going to be teaching, Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, all the other platforms. That's organic. So that just happens by you doing things. So that's one big thing we'll be teaching. Today we're talking about partners. Then the other 2 ways, okay, you'll see on the worksheet is your list. Okay, so the size of your actual email list. We're going to show you how to increase your email list and how you get leads through that. And then the last way is paid, and that's always last. Okay, so we do paid last. Once we've proven the concept, then we'll go to paid. So the answer is yes, you will have those other things. And today we were just talking about another way, because there's a lot, and that's one big thing that we're going to do to help you, Charlene, to keep you just on point and on track. But in your industry, in the spiritual industry, it's very easy to create a partnership because everyone's coming from that place of abundance.
Yeah. I actually, someone posted wanting people to contribute, and within their website, this person has they do have heaps of followers, and they, big network. Everyone seems to go to this person. It's hypnotherapy, and so obviously that's a bit different to what I'm doing. So they want me to write like a 300-word page thing about what I do, so I can be a part of their website on another link within their website, a page within their website. So that's a bit of a start.
That's a perfect partner.
Yeah, that's a perfect partner. And Chris and I both have multiple clients in your niche, so we know exactly what to do with you. And like I said, I'm still going to connect you with Helen in Cyprus because she's built a really big following now using some of the strategies that we're talking about in organic leads and lists. And I think you guys could do some kind of JV stuff together that would be really great. And then when we get to the paid traffic too, even with that, we're going to test. So it's not like, okay, go dump $2,000 into ads. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like, how to get, little clicks and make sure that those clicks are making money. And like Chris and I always talk about, it's not about cost per click. We go through cost per conversions, which is really what it's about. What are you converting? And so, for example, we have one little thing I did with the client. We have 28 conversions. I'm looking at it right now. For those 28 conversions, we had 32. It cost us $32.11, and it was to a webinar, and the webinar converts at 10%. So for every 10 people, it's one sale of $97. And so think about that. So we're basically getting almost $300 for that ad cost, and it only costs us $32.11. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to teach you, is how to really break all that kind of stuff down to where you're profitable, and then you scale it.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Absolutely.
There's a cool question that came through about social media and how to find partners on social media. And it's such a huge way. I mean, LinkedIn, Facebook, Periscope, all these places, this is where you're connecting with people. That's why it's called social media. In fact, I have a feeling that it's actually better to use social media to find partners than it is to find clients, because it's a social thing, and when you're doing a partnership, it's such a social experience because you're doing it together. You're going to get around one thing. So that's exactly what the scripts are for, Yifat. So the scripts that everyone will be getting is the first one. I could even get these up. I could share my screen and show. Actually, they will run out of time. The first script is how to introduce yourself to a partner and say, basically, hey, this is what I've got, this is what I do. Let's talk about how we can work on it together. The next one is actually how you get them on the call. But remember as well that partner bait is the most important thing. Okay, the partner bait. And so if you have I know Bishop has a podcast, I have a podcast. And so one thing, Charlene, that was really interesting about what you said is, do you notice that person's actually created partner bait for you? You're like, oh, this is so exciting. They're helping me. Look how big their list is. Why do you think that their following is so big? I tell you why. It's because what happens is you go and post on their website, then you go tell all your people about it, right? And so then you take all of your people to them. And they do this with 100 other people, right? 200, whatever it is. So they've actually created some bait for you to then get on there. So that's something, you might want to look at actually then doing the opposite. So one thing that could be interesting, Charlene, is creating some sort of podcast for maybe the main reason of the podcast is to get other people who you could be in partnership with onto that show, right? And then it's done. But yeah, there's so much, and I know the question came through, Yifat. The reason why, if I start talking about social media, me and Bishop are going to be here, and we're still going to be talking next Tuesday, because there's just so much for us to share about. So we just wanted to hone in on the fastest way to get traffic for $0 is this way. So we just want to hone in. I mean, of course, we could go forever about all of that.
So let me first give a huge round of applause to Margarita, who said, I'm incredibly overwhelmed with the massive generosity of Chris and Bishop content. I wanted to tell you that I already created a program following Chris's guidelines, and even before me and my partner have launched it, we got one person signing up 3 days ago. We are launching it in a few days. These guys are gold mines. I am wordless at this point. So, awesome job of taking action.
Awesome. Did you follow the 10 steps to 10K? That is so good. I'm so happy to hear that you did that. That's fantastic. And please make sure that you jump in so we can get you getting all the other steps done as well. But that just goes what to show. And I want to congratulate. There's people that just hear information, and then there's those that implement. And well done. Okay, you can lead someone to water, they've got to drink it, right? So well done. Massive props. You're on the same page as us, and just think what it'd be like to have us.
She basically did what Yifat and I talked about yesterday. She didn't make excuses. She went out there before the product's even done, generated income, and I was talking to Yifat yesterday about entrepreneurs basically create income out of thin air is basically what we do, because we create something that generates that cash flow. And so, like, for me and Chris, if we want to buy something, I don't just go out and buy something. Like, if I want to go get a new car, I create something that's going to pay for that new car. You see what I mean? I create revenue streams that pay for things that I want. And so I just give you kudos for that, Margarita. That is so awesome to hear. And everyone listening, you can do the exact same thing. The only reason she did that is because she took action on information she's learning. And so that is the only difference. Chris and I, this is why Chris and I became partners, you guys, is because we both recognized in each other that we're absolutely massive action takers. We're just not talkers. We both take massive action, and that's why we do so well together. So I'm just excited to hear that, man. I'm on cloud 9 now. That's great.
It's amazing because there's the smoke and mirrors of the internet, right, guys? There's like, look at me, I made 7 figures in just one day. No, you didn't. It took like 2 months of preparations, a bunch of email lists, all that stuff, and then it wasn't really 7 figures because you paid affiliates and all that stuff, and you made calls and you put it in print. There's all these like smoke and mirrors of the internet, and then when you buy programs, then they don't even give you the entire steps that will help you, at least get half of what they got. It's always like you buy a product, and then it's like, yeah, but if you really want this, then you need to buy my other product. And if you really want this, then you need to buy other product. And that is the difference with these guys. These guys are, like you saw, you put them on the spot, and they give you the strategy right there and then on how to go and implement it. And when you do, you get the results the same way that they get it. So the biggest question is, do you want results, or do you want to keep studying and reading and playing and dabbling and all that stuff?
And the other difference, you guys, with what we're going to do on the live sessions is that you're going to be able to actually show us. what you're doing. So it's not going to be just you listening to us. You're going to actually be able to do a screen share and say, hey, here's my funnel. Here's what my capture page looks like. Here's my what I'm sending out to JVs. And we can actually go through, and other people are going to be able to watch, and we're going to be able to make those corrections for you. That's invaluable, guys. So it's not just you guys listening to us throughout this course. We're going to actually go through, like, we're taking your hand and we're like, no, write this instead. Cross that out. Do this, and that. I can't even begin to tell you the value that is in that. Absolutely amazing.
So I would like to see, is it Margarita?
Margarita?
Margarita. I would love to. Oh, I got echo. Thanks, Bishop. Bishop, that's so cool, eh? It's so great to see someone just following through. I mean, that's why we do it. I guess for me, one thing that I want to make super clear that I haven't is that there is so many more profitable places that I could be spending my time than being on these calls with you guys. And the one thing that matters the most is just to see people taking action. So, Margarita, you just made my day. So, and I'm sure you made Bishop's day as well. Like, thank you so much for taking action, getting a result. I would love to do this. I would like to talk to you for 10 minutes, whether it's on here or if it's on Skype if you don't want to get on a live. And I would love for you to get back to us a little bit, if it's okay to ask, and just get a quick 1 minute just video of your experience. That'd be so cool. And here's the learning for everyone else out there listening, okay? As a growth hacker, as a business owner, you need to have proof. Write this down. This is a big tip. You need to have proof. If you don't have proof of what you can do, then people just think this person's just talk, okay? So, Margaret, there's one thing you can do to really help us, is you can help us by giving us a little video that shows others that we are real, and you give us proof, right? Because it's very easy for us just to stay here and talk, right? So if you can give us that, I'll get on 10 minutes. I can answer some questions and things for you, maybe on Skype or on here, okay? And so here's the learning for all entrepreneurs listening, okay? When somebody nails it following your system, and I'm sure Bishop agrees, you get the proof. And I want to let you know right now that the only proof that matters is when it's in the moment, because then they've still got all the excitement, okay? If I wait 2 weeks, and then get Margarita on the call, she's just going to look like because she's not going to remember the excitement. But if I get her on like soon, and I can get her on a video or on a Skype or have even a Facebook message so that it's real, right? Or a Facebook post or something, Margarita, anything like that would help us to show others proof. Okay, so everyone listening, when you have a client do good things, okay, get proof, because one of the things that partners ask, right? Partners are going to ask you, okay, cool, so share us some proof, okay? So we're talking about partnerships today. Remember, they need to know that you're going to make them look good, right? And so one thing you can do is go, oh, cool, here, just look what blah, blah, blah said on the last time we did this. Look what this person said. And you can just stack proof at them, okay? Which is really, really, really
yeah, and the whole thing too about the proof is, like Chris and I say, one of my favorite sayings is that true success, like if I was like, okay, we made all this money, we've done all these things, we got all these companies, etc. But true success is always creating successors. That's what true success is all about. If you can't duplicate your success, what good is that? So it's always about creating successors. That's true success. And so I'm really excited. So like if you're in the fitness industry, if you can't duplicate that, you're all ripped up and everything else, but you can't duplicate it in another person, that's not success. If you can't make other people healthier, etc. And so, yeah, this just really made our day. But let's hear from some of the other people, because I know for Steve, I don't know what time it is for Steve, but he's getting a little bit lower and lower. So let's talk to Steve.
Hey, Steve, unmute yourself, buddy.
Good morning or good evening. Yeah, I'm tired today.
Well, we're glad to hear it, man.
I'm still learning.
Great. Good to have you here. Do you have a question for us?
For myself, I've got a lot of different things going on at the moment, and I'm not quite sure what to focus on. Yeah. So
okay.
I've just got back to London. I've been out of the city for 4 years in the country, and so I'm building up, getting all my old personal training clients, which are quite high end, and then I'm meeting with investors on Tuesday to open up a centre, and I'm in the middle of developing a fitness app. So I'm what do I focus on, because as in trying to get people, I'm not sure if I need to get people to buy right at this moment while I'm setting everything up. If that makes sense.
So, yeah, absolutely. So you have, is it 4 different things going on right now? You have the app, the fitness center, establishing your clients.
Yeah, as I say, my clients, I train the ex-Prime Minister, and I train all the Spice Girls and like really high-end people. So, and then I'm doing an online app and a center. And I have a book that I already read that I did for last year, which I suppose I could sell that right now. But so I've got a lot of things and I'm not sure what to try and sell right now.
Steve, it sounds like you've got quite a complex problem, and you've got a big vision, investors coming on and stuff like that. Let's do this. If Bishop's cool, let's jump on a private chat and just try to get you clear on some of your next steps, because maybe you need to have the next level than just a growth tap. It sounds like you've got a lot of big things happening, similar to Clark. I've got you on Facebook. I saw you added me. Bishop, you cool with that?
Actually, I just got Steve's email earlier, so I did get that email, Steve, and I already was responding to that about your schedule this week. So yeah, let's do that. That was exactly what I was going to say, because you're a little bit different than just, okay, can I do a webinar and all that. You're kind of a different level, and absolutely, because this is so important, you guys, is really having that clarity of where you're going, so that everything gets done, because otherwise you could be scattered and nothing gets done. So you want to have a strategy in place. Just like when I came together and started building a company together, we had multiple areas, right? We had multiple things we were going to work on, and then we strategized and we put things into place so that they all coincide together and we can launch all these things simultaneously. So yeah, absolutely. Let's get on a separate call so we can really hammer this out with you.
Perfect.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, see what happens when you jump into our Hangouts, guys? Like, if you're not here, I think maybe, Chris and Bishop, maybe tomorrow's giveaway is going to be only for the people who join us in the Hangout. Putting it out there. What do you think?
Oh, I like that. I like it because it's all about taking action. That's what it's all about. Like yesterday when I was with YFAT, I was like, one of the reasons Chris and I get results is because we make people do things. We don't listen to excuses. We really, hey, if you're going to work with us, you're going to be on the field. And I can tell you that you're not going to be on the sidelines. This is not for sidelines people. This is for people that are going to want to be on the field. And if you're not on the field, we'll come get you, pick you up, bring you on the field, okay? Because that's the only way you're going to get results. Otherwise, and for Chris and I know Chris feels the same way, if you don't want results, I would rather not even be a part of the course, because that's all we get back is your results. If you're not getting results, then we can't see that transformation in you, and then it's almost insult, if you will, to even our time, because we're all about you getting results. And so we want people who want results. So yes, come on to the Hangout, and if you don't know how to do that, make sure you go through YFAT's course on going through this whole process and using the equipment and the software. She has an awesome course, you guys, so if you haven't done that, make sure you do that.
So let's take it. It's free until it's going to be done. Like, you can still have access to it for the next 5 days, I believe. So take advantage of that. And then Paul, how are you, buddy?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. So what can we do with you for today?
I don't know. I missed the first 20 minutes, so I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay. But I was actually interested how I would find maybe partnerships in my niche. Could it be, say I'm in the DJ industry, could it be something as simple as going to a DJ store that supplies a lot of DJs and maybe getting something to do with their website or something like that?
Yeah, totally, man. So as I've told you before, I used to have a DJ company. While I was at uni, I wanted to get paid to party, so I had a DJ company. We ended up with a whole heap of DJs. We did some cool things. So here's what you need to know. I went around and DJing at different places, used to play all sorts of stuff. So I want you guys to get this. This is really important, okay? is you can have people that have your clients before they come to you, or you can partner with people who have your clients after they come to you. Does that make sense? So what you do is you help DJs to make money, right? And so you've got to ask yourself, well, who needs your people? So what you could do is you could go to a DJ training school or a DJ hiring company, and you can say, I will give you all of these people, all of this list, and you can market your services to it, and then you market all of your DJ equipment to mine as well. And so you can create, and that's what a joint venture is. Typically, you both mail out to the lists, okay? And so what I would do, Steve, is there's something that you haven't even thought of in your business. I'm going to give you this kind of with the provision that you're definitely getting in our course. Is that what you've got that you haven't seen, okay, is there's a bunch of kids out there that want to learn how to be a DJ. You can easily create an online DJ training course, and then you can then upsell them and show them how to do the business side of things, which you know as well. And that's an easy no-brainer. You can start having leads flow in. And then you could also have another course about how to grow your DJ business. But the thing is I think that you're focused so much on your app, okay, but the app needs something in front of it. And so Partners for You is super simple. So what I did is I created, so for my DJ company, I created partnerships, and write this down with, and I'm just literally doing, I'm giving you a 7-figure plan right here, is I went around, because you want to sell DJ services first off, right? I went around to all the bars. What happens in bars is they've only got one event space. So they get asked, hey, we want to hire your event space, or we want to put on a 21st, or a 30th, or a 40th, or a 50th. And they can only take so many. And they can only take a certain type. And then they had this overflow. So what would they do? They had this one number. They knew to ring me, and they knew that they would get a 30% or a 25% cutback for anything that I sold, and I would do it in a, you know, in a school hall or somewhere else, right? And so that's the easiest way just to start growing your business like crazy, man. Like really, really quick. So I think I've done a lot of value in there. I look forward to working together, man. I think where you're at right now and what we talked about a month or so ago or a few weeks ago, this is the exact thing that you should be doing. So make sure you get in there before the price gets jacked.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. It was the exact same thing, and because I have a lot of people in that industry from my production company, and yeah, I mean, you could put together a DJ business academy, whatever it is, and you're teaching DJs, so you're providing value to the market, just like Chris said. Then you get them in. Now they know you, like you, and trust you. You're crushing it. And then, because remember, in the very beginning, we talked about having your tripwire, having your middle range, and then on the back end, having the high-end ticket, right? And so that's your funnel. You get them into your membership course, and you're there with some of the best DJs, and you're bringing on experts and other big DJs in the industry, and you're teaching some of the latest and greatest strategies. And then afterwards, then you get them all your tools and resources and all the other specialty stuff that you want to bring to the market. And I guarantee you'll make more money that way with that approach.
Yeah.
So what you guys haven't seen, like those of you who are watching us and not seeing the conversations that is happening behind the scenes, you don't see the JV that is just happening right now in the comments. What you don't see is that Paul here is now working with Chris and Bishop. Chris has a DJ company. Bishop has a production company. Remember what Chris asked you at the beginning? Do you want a $1,047 client? Do you want a lot of $1,000 client? Or do you want someone who has the connection to all your clients? And this is what he just found. 2 of them, actually, not just 1. So what do you get when you join this program? You get the network of these 2 brilliant guys, as well as their brain for 6 months and all the templates and all the content that you need to get started right now. So hopefully you're joining us on this amazing journey. And tomorrow you are going to get something, we don't know yet, if you take action and join us in the Hangout. And also tomorrow what we're discussing is the how to sell high-ticket items, $10,000 items. Chris, you want to talk about that?
We're jumping into that tomorrow? I'm not sure if that's on tomorrow. Is that on tomorrow? Man, this is
day 8 already. We are day 8. We're almost done, guys.
Oh, is it day 8?
Yeah.
Today's day 7. Tomorrow's day 8.
Right, so tomorrow it's the $10,000 one. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
I think we're one step ahead here. We've just done traffic. We need to do. We're going to do lead magnets tomorrow. We're doing lead magnets. I might have made a mistake, but But definitely tomorrow, the next step in the system is now that we've done target, today's traffic, tomorrow, everyone, we're going to talk about your clarity education, and we're going to talk about how to create a lead magnet. And it's likely my fault here. Yifet's likely got everything perfect, but definitely tomorrow we're on to the third piece of the pipeline, okay? And so with lead magnets, there's two things you've got to do, okay? A book is sold by its cover, okay? So you've got to have a great title. And we're going to show you how to get great titles. I'm going to give you 2 little ways to create great titles. But the second thing about your lead magnet is it's got to move people to take more action, okay? There is no point that they just get something from you and then they don't actually move into your real programs, because I'll tell you why, is you don't get to change their life, right? You don't get to change their life unless they're in your big program. So guess what? Can I be completely transparent, Yifet, right now? Do you guys know that what we're doing, do you guys get that this is one big, huge lead magnet, and that what a lead magnet does is it gets people in, you know, you like, you trust us, we add a ton of value to you, and then we say, well, if you really want more, here's next step. Do you not think this is a good lead magnet? Do you not think that everything we do, we practice exactly what we preach? Do you think we would be so smart to actually go ahead and do everything for you, so you're actually going through the exact process and seeing it happen as you're going to do later? Do you think we're that clever, or do you think maybe that was just a mistake? This is exactly what we do. So tomorrow, we are going to be showing you how to create a lead magnet that has people feel as good as you feel right now, that you've got all of this information, all this stuff, and now you're getting clarity on what you should do next. And we're going to show you how to create the best one and the right one for you. There's a few different ways: tools, systems, education. We're going to show you how to do that tomorrow. Bishop, you got anything else to add, man? Today was fun. It was nice and clear. I enjoyed it heaps, man. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're so right. I kind of mentioned that a little bit yesterday, that literally this whole process is exactly what we're saying. Is exactly what we're teaching you guys. You know, we had a lead magnet, we had a registration capture page, you guys came in, we providing tons of value, and now we're saying, hey, if you want to work with us, continue on. This is the whole process. And you guys can see that the process works. We have people getting results, we have people joining, we have all of these exciting things happening because we did that. And then on the flip side, we have Yifet, who's building relationships with Chris and I. I spent, I don't know, 2 hours yesterday or so with Yifet after the hangout, just going through some business things. And so all of these things that we're teaching you guys here and talking about, you guys are actually witnessing all of it live. And so this is really the best example of, wow, this really works, because they're actually doing it. And look at what's happening. Look at all the engagement. And so this is just amazing, you guys. I'm very excited. So tomorrow, yeah, Yifet, I think you were ahead, because I do have the same thing down for tomorrow in our steps. Unless you have a whole new growth hack we don't know about.
Yeah, I probably got the title wrong. So tomorrow, lead magnet. Jump in, and if you want to get the prize for tomorrow, that we haven't decided yet, but I have a feeling that it's going to be like super awesome, because everything we got so far is life-changing. So if you want that, you'll need to be with us in the hangout, meeting us face-to-face. And if you're not comfortable, you can just practice. You have access to that in the Hangout Like a Pro, free for you guys. Jump in, test it, you know, play with the camera and mic, and we would love to see you tomorrow. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to being with you again tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. And thanks, Bishop, joining us back again. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. This is awesome.
Thanks, Yifet. See you guys all tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing all the me's, and I'll be sending everyone the Profit from Partnership scripts, as long as you put an M and an E in the comments. Guys, please help us to help more people. Share this out with people that you love and care about. It's so awesome, and I think that we just want to keep delivering a ton of value and offering the next steps to you for those who are ready. So looking forward to seeing the rest of you in the program. Look forward to talk to you tomorrow. Paul, see you in the program. Bye. Same time, same place.